And if you guys haven't watched our last video, you may want to go back and watch that one first to kind of prequel the events that are going on right now. Our crew just took 28 minutes to get this boat launched. And then apparently we didn't put any lines on it. We are fenders out though, just no lines. And he's literally drifting over the trailer next to him. And I still have my doubts about this one. This older bayliner, we're going to see if this guy can even get it started. This is part of the struggle right now. So I'm going to have to fast forward through some of this stuff because for sure they're going to be here for a while again. But he's been trying to start it kind of like he's doing right now, and this thing is just not cranking over. So after their 28-minute adventure to get it onto the ramp, the boat won't start. And our guys kind of pulled it back over to the dock, but he's still messing with it, trying to get this thing running. My favorite part's he's trying to start it with the motor out of the water, which shouldn't affect necessarily maybe the starting on it. I don't know. I'm not a boat mechanic. Maybe somebody else can let me know on that one. It looks like he's trimming it down here a little bit, but still we pull back over to the dock, and we never put any lines out, and he's starting to drift back over to the other boat again. But man, he's straight cranking this thing, and it is going nowhere. And I really do feel bad for this crew at this point in time. With the 28-minute adventure it took them to get this boat into the water, if this boat doesn't start, I'm going to be heartbroken for him. I really, truly am. So our guy's giving it his all. He's about to have to probably push back off of this boat again. I can't tell if he's stuck on the ramp or what. It's just been a mess. So he's over here, gonna just kind of touch off with his boat. Gives it the little push off. I still just can't figure out for the life of me why we don't have at least one line tied over here holding this thing. I mean, it's South Florida, I know. Fenders out, no lines. Typically it's the opposite. Maybe we'll see some lines and no fenders. But here comes Wifey, and she's not going to the dock, so it looks like she's going to give him a little push and kind of get him back over to the docks, and she's coming in on this side. And we'll push this thing back up onto the dock, and hopefully we can find our way to get this thing started. Just a little preempt, our guys did wind up getting off the dock, but once again, just the amount of time that was spent on it, I don't want to sit here and spend that much time on this. Oh, our captain's approaching, and he's going to call it close. He's able to back out on that one a little bit, and we'll hold steady, but you can tell where the way the current's running. You can see the water is moving that way. So we've got conflicting things going on today. You can tell by those flags to the left that the wind's blowing the opposite way. The wind current's pulling another, which creates kind of some confusion on the water as you start to approach these docks. So our guy's backed down a little bit. He's going to come in and approach the other dock, obviously, where it's open. Kind of doing the slow roll approach and doing everything he can to make sure this boat doesn't drift into the boat on the left. But we've got fenders out, but I don't really see any lines, and I don't see anybody moving for lines either. The crew continues the approach. The captain's stepping up. And he's kind of looking like, just checking to see where he's at in position on the dock, I guess. Well, he's leaving the helm, and Cap's going to go make the walk for it himself. I don't see any lines out still. I never recommend a captain leaving the helm, but and then I really don't recommend this one. These ones have a lot of bad consequences from time to time. If you keep 1 foot on the dock and 1 foot on the boat, you're just asking for trouble. When you put 1 foot on a stable object and another foot on something that can move, not usually a good situation, but my captain's able to hold it on here, and hopefully his crew's getting some lines, and we can get this one tied up and kind of get out of here. And he's just going to hold it for the moment. Yes, the adventure continues. So this was our U-Haul crew. They actually did go out and appears to have enjoyed a nice day on the water. They were gone for several hours, and now we're back to see how this goes. Now, keep in mind, this took 28 minutes to back this trailer down last time. Wifey got some instructions. I'm hoping those instructions helped out. Hopefully it's not that long now. this still took 8 minutes, but I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed. I know that's hard to say, that 8 minutes to back a trailer down a ramp being impressed, but that is a significant improvement over the 28 minutes we saw earlier. So whatever pointers or tips the guy gave her earlier to help her finally get this thing down, it looks like that's worked out. But what is this guy doing here? And this is not good. And the reason I say this is not good, these guys are basically vertical on the dock, and the rear of their boat is over the rocks for sure. It's gotta, I mean, yeah, you can see right over there on the right stern. You see how it's higher than the left stern? They're on the rocks. Oh man, that's not going to be fun. So our crew on the left, it's going to be interesting to watch them try and do this as well, but the crew on the right, they've kind of got themselves in a little bit of mischief here. I mean, and I don't see anybody really attempting to do anything to correct this problem, but they're over the rocks that are hanging out here, and they're definitely hitting them. I don't know why somebody's not got off the bow of this boat yet and try walking it up. They need to take that bow line off and try and walk this thing a little bit further forward to get themselves off the rocks. And this one's even more confusing to me too, that the gentleman on the left is going to try and power load this boat. You guys probably should just walk that on. But no, he wants to do it, and we're going to try and get this thing started and running again and see if we can get it power loaded. So he's backing out, and I believe Wifey still got the bow line there, so she's going to try and walk him up a little bit. And this is a good idea on her part to probably stay on the dock and not put herself by the trailer. So we've got it running. The motor's basically out of the water. You're going to want to trim that down just a little bit, bro. And, I mean, they really are in a spot here where they probably could have easily walked this one on. And I'm still confused by the people on the right, though, too, because, I mean, I've seen people walk to the stern of the boat now, like, they're hitting rocks. Somebody needs to do something besides just stand there, probably. And Wifey, I would not have moved there. Oh, man, there's a lot going on here, and it's hard for me to process some of it. I mean, it looks like they're going to get it on the trailer, and it looks like everything will work out okay over there. But this crew on the right is just, they put themselves in a pinch and really aren't doing anything at all to try and get themselves out of that pinch. So we got somebody on the dock, and it looks like he's trying to yell to one of the crew on the boat, basically, you know, get me the stern line so I can pull this in. But something's not being comprehended, or either that stern line's not long enough, because we're all just kind of standing here at a stalemate right this second. So, impressive enough, though, the crew on the left does appear to have this boat on the trailer. So, they're going to be out of here significantly faster than it took them to get in, that's for sure. So, our guy's decided he's going to take this into his own hands and try and walk up here on the boat. As somebody's come up on the dock and offered them some assistance. So, this guy right here is going to give him some assistance. And he's trying to do the same thing. He's like, hey, we need to get a stern line or a mid-cleat line, something where we can pull you over. Really, I still think you could untie this line and walk it up. Is that an anchor? Oh my gosh, it is an anchor. So these guys, the line they were using to tie the front off was their anchor line. So they're taking the anchor line to the stern of the boat, I'm assuming to try and pull the stern in. So they've taken that anchor line, they've hooked it to a stern line as well. Excuse me, a stern cleat. I don't even know what to say, man. It's been a long day. This has been craziness with the guys with the U-Haul and the Bayliner. This crew, I mean, this is bananas. And these guys are on the rocks. I don't know if you've seen them. They've walked to the stern of the boat several times because they can hear themselves banging. But our guy right here is going to take this anchor line, and it appears give him the assist and get him pulled off those rocks. And, I mean, he's going to get it done. And they'll get these guys back over here and get them up to the dock, and they're going to get out of here. And our U-Haul crew, they're doing the exact same thing. Wifey is heading to the truck. I'm assuming she's about to pull out. And what's probably been a fun day for some of these guys on the water ends a little long, but you know what? In the end, everybody's getting out of here successfully, it looks like, and everybody's going to be on their way. Speaking of being on their way, we're going to get out of here as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we've got Boats vs. Haulover, where me and the machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.